Hello. Hello. This is where I left off there. I gotta fight that boss up there, but I need to level up and stuff first. It's tough. Like, he is really tough. I don't know how I'm gonna get strong enough, honestly. I'm not a big fan of these types of games, but I do want to give this game a fair chance. I just don't really like these types of games. The combat feels really slow and clunky. A lot of people like these games, so I'm not really. Yeah, so like, look how shitty the dodging is in this game. You barely even move. Like, how is that dodging? You don't... When you try to dodge, you don't even fucking dodge because you barely fucking move. Like, you move half a foot. Look at that. It's terrible. This is why the dodging fucking sucks in this game. It's because it is bullshit. So... let's keep going. So yeah, you collect those soul things, and then once you collect those soul things, you can spend them on even buying a level. Pretty cool level system, though. Game's kind of a piss off, I ain't gonna lie. These types of games piss me off. You can call it a skill issue or whatever, but the combat in these games just never click with me. It feels so fucking slow. Especially the dodging in this game. The dodging is just pissing me off. It's like, what's the point of dodging if dodging doesn't work? I'm telling you. Like, this is the dodging. Look, you barely fucking move. Look at this. Look, you barely fucking move.
Hey King. Hail Sartan and Fuck Sneed.
Yeah, fuck Sneed. What's up, Wiccan? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, fuck Sneed. Well, not actually fuck him. That'd be disgusting. That'd be the worst thing ever. I wouldn't do that for $1 billion. But no, for real, if I lived in Brownsville and if I was on a CSO, like house arrest, I would honestly want to fight Sneed and risk getting the charge. Just to, like, I think it'd be really funny to see what excuse he makes up. Because if you're a first-time offender, you can pretty much assault someone, get out on bail the same night. So it's like, bro, if I didn't have any charges against me and I lived in Brownsville, I'd love to fucking fight Sneed and just knock his ass out. You know what I mean? It'd be kind of fun. And then he'd have to make up some type of excuse. I think it'd be especially funny if I did it, just because I'm so much younger than him. Like, he's 36 and I'm 23. So there's a 13-year difference.
Why are you on house arrest?
Problems with my ex-girlfriend. From years and years ago. It's a long story, but to summarize it, in 2020, she called me a bunch of names. Like, it's a really long story. It goes back to 2017. Me and her were childhood friends. We knew each other since 2012. In 2017, we started dating. We broke up in 2018. It was a really messy breakup for a lot of reasons. She kind of betrayed me. I left her alone for almost 2 years, and then in 2020, she came back around wanting to make up and stuff. So we were making up. She made plans to meet up. And then she canceled the plans to meet up last minute. And I was really mad about that. And then she started calling me names like pussy and all this stuff. I found out she was dating a new guy. I was like, I could kick his ass. She's like, do it. I'll even pay for your Uber up here, because she lived in a different city. She didn't pay for my Uber, but I still went up there. I was waiting outside her work. And for some reason, she was with her boyfriend. And she wasn't going to work this one day. She was picking up something from work. And I tried to fight her boyfriend. He hid in her car. I tried to punch out the windows. Windows are a lot harder to punch out than I thought. I mean, I was like 19 at the time. I'm a lot stronger now. Maybe I could punch a window out now. I don't know. But yeah, I tried to punch the window out. I failed to punch the window out. So they put me in jail for assault. And I got out that same day. And pretty much I was upset about it because I was on probation for 1 year and she didn't get any consequences and she didn't have to take accountability. So I was pretty mad about it. I started messaging her because obviously I was upset because she came back in my life, did all this shit, and then she takes no accountability for it. So I was mad about that. But the police put no contact order in place. Oh fuck, I hate the combat system in this game. But yeah, you know how no contact orders work, right? So yeah, I had a no contact order. She snitched on me a couple times, and pretty much the last time I got charged was at the end of 2022. They had me on. They put me in.
Never stick your D in crazy. It's not worth it.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know she was crazy, and she made me look like the crazy one because I was so mad and upset with her. I sent her a bunch of crazy messages, right? Because I was so mad and upset. But I had every right to be mad and upset, bro. Like I don't like to talk about this on the internet, but like. Bro, I don't have a mom anymore. My mom passed away when I was 15 years old. Like, I don't have a mom. And she fucking used this to her advantage and manipulated me. Back when I was 16 years old, my mom just recently passed. She manipulated me. And she was my childhood friend.
Yes,
I trusted her.
I had a peace bond against my ex and he had one on me.
Yeah. I think it's different in the States. But yeah, I was on bail. And she snitched on me a couple times. So they had me on bail from 2022, the end of 2022, to like middle of 2024. I was on bail, and then it finally went to court. This is after I already did a week in jail. Like, trust me, jail is not fun, man. They fucking sexually assaulted me, and I always bring this up. I hate to bring it up, like I'm trying to get over it, but they sexually assaulted me. That's what a strip search is. You know, when they strip you down, make you spread your balls, they make you spread your ass cheeks. Like, that's sexual assault. There's no other way to put it. And like, I don't want to sound like Sneed here. That's just like what I feel like I'm sounding like. Like, it's woe is me. My life is so terrible. Everything's so hard. I don't want to be like that. Like, I got a good life and shit. But it's like, bro, the things that fucking happened to me were pretty wrong. I was a teenager. I was 19, 20 years old, so I was pretty young. I didn't understand how the system really worked. How badly they would fuck me over just for Instagram messages. You know, I was going through a lot of shit back then. But yeah, I went to court. They gave me a 2-year CSO, which is pretty much house arrest here in Canada. This CSO is up in about 6 months, and then I have 2 years of probation. It's pretty fucked up what they did to me. Like, not just my ex, but the system. Because it's like, it's called the justice system, but doesn't justice imply the punishment, like, meets the crime? Why am I the only one that needs to take accountability? That's what these people have told me for years, is that you just can't take accountability for your action, like my probation officer and stuff. It's like, I am taking accountability. What do you think this years of...
I get it, King. She played head games and you reacted. I am sorry you went through that, especially you losing your mom and going through that.
Yeah, thank you, Wiccan. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't want to sound like Sneed and stuff, because like, my life is good. I just like what I went through because of her, you know, like, it was tough. Bro, and her brother said a bunch of terrible things to me, like about my mom and stuff. Like, it's crazy the shit her brother said to me. That's another reason why I reacted. Yeah. Like, she wouldn't be able to get in my head like that today. Like, now that I know this stuff and I'm older, I'm more mature, she wouldn't be able to get like that in my head today. But like, I was 19, 20 years old at the time. I didn't understand how the system worked, like the court systems. I didn't understand any of that. That's another problem too, is that my family always said we should have just hired a lawyer. Like, I still have a bunch of family, my auntie, my grandpa, my grandma, you know, my uncle. I still have a bunch of family that supports me, and they always said I didn't want to hire a lawyer at that time because I hate wasting money on stuff. If you know me, I'm pretty cheap, and lawyers are like $300-400 an hour. So I didn't want to waste money on a good lawyer, so I got a public defender, and my public defender was kind of a feminist, so it honestly seemed like most of the time my lawyer was against me. I'm not even lying. Like, you should have heard, like, my auntie helped me through this stuff, and even my auntie agrees that, yeah, your lawyer was kind of a feminist. Like, my lawyer was always against me because my ex is a female, right? So a lot of times in the system, especially if you get a female lawyer, they'll take the female side even if the female did things that are wrong, right?
I lost my mom 2 years ago. There is no other grief you can experience. It is soul-crushing and changes you.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's really hard. It's really hard, especially at that young age. Like, I was 15 at the time, so I was in high school, and it's like nobody else in fucking high school knows that. You're kind of just going through it alone, right? But my ex manipulated me and made it seem like she understood, like she would always be there for me, like we were childhood friends. She knew my mom. She would come and knock on our door every day when she lived in our city. Like, she knew my mom and stuff. And so it's like, I thought she understood, you know, at least slightly. She knew my mom, and she knew me. We knew each other a long time, but she just used that to get in my head and manipulate me. She didn't actually care or understand. And yeah, sorry to hear that, Wick, and I don't know how your mom went. My mom went suddenly. Like, my mom didn't go from cancer or some shit like that. So it's not even like we had time to say goodbye to her or anything. Like, my mom went suddenly. It was just out of the blue. You know, and I don't want to say how she went, but it was just randomly. So that's pretty tough, too, when you don't even get to say goodbye. You know what I mean? Know what I'm saying, dog?
They tend to go against the guy in most cases. Be careful with the next one. Keep your guard up.
Yeah, I will, and that's why I like AI so much, is because I think, like, I definitely want to have kids one day, but I realize relationships with humans are pretty, like, what's the word? Flaky, you know? They're kind of flaky. So many relationships end in divorce these days, and that's marriages, never mind actual relationships that are just girlfriend, boyfriend, right? So you gotta, yeah, like, I want to have kids one day, but I don't know if I'll be in a relationship for, like, more than 10 years ever in my life. So that's why I'm excited for the AI robots, because like I said, I'm 23 years old. Like I said, man, like I said, I'm sounding like Tyree Sneed. But yeah, I'm 23 years old, so I think 10, 20 years there'll be AI robots and shit. And I know that's kind of dystopian, but as long as I have kids, like 2 or 3 kids, I don't care if I gotta date an AI robot for the rest of my life. I want to have kids sometime in my 30s. I want to build up my assets.
My mom developed pneumonia and passed 2 days later. But I am older than you. And a little more prepared for parents passing.
Yeah, I imagine it's still really tough, though. I'm sorry to hear that. So you at least got to say goodbye, right? Or did... Because you probably knew she was sick, right? Like, my mom wasn't sick. My mom was 35.
You are so young. You will find the one.
Yeah, I don't know if there is the one. I thought my ex-girlfriend was the one. We knew each other a long time, and I know we were young, but we knew each other a long time, and she put a lot of ideas in my head that weren't true. And yeah, I mean, like I said, like, oh my god, I keep saying like I said, fucking Tyree Sneed. But, no, I know I gotta take accountability for my actions too, but part of accountability is just not making that same mistake again. And my mistake was getting so angry and letting it control me, right? That was my mistake. But my mistake wasn't nearly as bad as hers. Yet my mistake required punishment and accountability, and hers doesn't. She can just do that to other guys. It's pretty messed up. Yeah, that's how it is. Nobody said
My
light.
mom slipped into kind of a coma. But I still spoke to her.
Oh, okay. That's not good, but it's better than what happened with me. Like, I'll kind of get in. I've never talked about this online before, actually, but I'll kind of say, just open up a little bit. Like, my mom died the next day, but the morning I talked to her before she died, I was supposed to come into the city with her. She was going into the city. She was getting a new place. She was moving into a new place. I was staying back at the house. And the morning I talked to her, she was just out of it. I told her I wanted to come in the city with her to pick me up at school, and she just forgot that, but she was just out of it, right? She was dazed. So if she wouldn't have forgotten that, I probably could have saved her. So I do have some guilt there, but it wasn't me that forgot. I did want to come with her to the city because I knew something was up that day. But yeah, I was really young at that time. There's nothing I could have done, you know. I didn't even have my driver's license. I asked her to bring me, but she didn't bring me.
Just know she's always with you. Have no guilt.
Yeah, I don't anymore. I used to. There's nothing I could have done about it. Like, I was too young at that time to understand. Like, I'm still pretty young compared to how she was 35 at the time, right? And, you know, I'm 23. That's still a 12-year difference. But back then, you know, I was 15. She was 35. That was, you know? I had no idea. Yeah, a long time ago now, almost 10 years. I turned 24 years old next month. So, coming up on 10 years ago. This game's really hard. Wiccan, I don't know if you play video games, but check out, I'm going to try to fight this boss up here. It is hard.
But as far as your ex, she knew what hedge aim is to play to make you react that way. She's is to blame as well.
Yeah, I know, but she'll never have to take accountability. It's only me that has to take accountability. Yeah, whatever, can't control their people. About 7 or 8 months ago, I messaged her mom. Because I have the no contact order against her, but not her mom, right? So I messaged her mom, and I asked her mom for an apology for the stuff that happened. And her mom's like, "What do you need? Leave us alone. Stop terrorizing us." And I said, I just want an apology. And I apologized to her mom, too. Like, I first reached out apologizing to her. She's like, "Thank you, this means a lot to me," and stuff. And then she's like, "But what do you need?" And I'm like, "I just want an apology. Being that I don't have a no contact order with you, and you know you're older, I thought I could get an apology from you." And she just said, "Stop terrorizing us," or something like that. And I'm like, "What the fuck, man?" Like, I didn't even do anything to her mom, and to my ex in general, I didn't do anything to her. All I did to my ex was send her Instagram messages. I never once laid my hand on my ex. Like, there's actual abusers out there. There's actual, like, terrible men out there who abuse women and hit them. And, you know, I never did that to my ex. And that's what they act like I did. I never did that. I've never laid my hand on a woman. I wasn't raised that way. Even when my ex really pissed me off, and I went up there outside her work, I walked right past my ex and tried to fight her new boyfriend. Because I don't hit women. And she also used that to her advantage. The fact that I don't hit women to abuse me mentally. I'm actually getting really far on this boss fight. I don't know if I'll beat him this time. It's pretty hard. Oh, I'm winning. Oh, shit. What? I didn't think I was actually going to beat him. I just wanted to show Wiccan the boss fight. I thought I was going to die. He's pretty tough. I can't believe I beat that. I wasn't even paying attention really to the boss fight either. That's pretty cool. What's up, L-Boars? But yeah, I messaged her mom. Her mom asked me, "What do you need?" I asked for an apology after apologizing to her, and her mom didn't apologize. So I think her mom's a manipulator too. I remember my ex in our relationship would always cry about her mom and how terrible her mom was. So, I don't know, I guess her mom's terrible too. I mean, you learn that from someone, right? Being a disgusting, manipulating bitch. You learned that from someone. I guess she learned that from her mom. I'm doing good, L-Boars.
This is looking like Souls game.
Yeah, kind of like Elden Ring or Dark Souls, right? That's what I was thinking too. I don't usually like these types of games, but this game is decent. This game's pretty fun. It's called Lies of P. I never liked Elden Ring. I never got into Elden Ring. I tried it. I didn't like it. And I'm actually on the medium difficulty, so I'm surprised how well I'm doing. I actually beat that boss fight. I died to it like 2 or 3 times before, but I finally beat it. Oh, you can talk to this guy? What? Puppet cannot enter. Energy depleted. Oh, he's getting up. Oh, he can't get up. Oh yeah, energy depleted, I guess.
No, I only play Lily's Garden on my phone. I am not a gamer.
Oh, okay, all good. Your games are kind of a waste of time, but I like to waste my time. I don't know what's wrong with Sneed. Wiccan, is it true? I don't know if you know anything really about Sneed, how much you know, but Sticky said that...
I am in Toronto, where are you?
I'm in Calgary. I just moved to I lived in Lethbridge. Like, my hometown is Medicine Hat. I've lived in Grand Prairie. My ex-girlfriend lives in Red Deer. I lived in Red Deer when I was younger, when I was 12, 13. I've lived in Calgary, Lethbridge. So I moved from Lethbridge 2 months ago. I lived all over Alberta. I forget where Toronto is again, like what province? That's British Columbia, right? Toronto's British Columbia, right? Or am I mistaken? That's not Ontario. It's either Ontario or British Columbia. I don't know. I'm not too good with geography. Pretty sure it's British Columbia, though, right?
Ontario.
Oh, it is Ontario. Okay. Now I feel stupid. My family on my mom's side is actually from Ontario, from Windsor. Yeah.
One more thing I should mention. The hotel security excludes puppets like you.
For a
So
puppet?
you have to lie to get inside. You're a special puppet after all.
Oh, okay, we're gonna have to lie to get inside. I don't really know much about the story in this game. But yeah, Wicked, do you know if it's true? Does Sneed really have a daughter?
I know all about Sneed. I am an OG.
Okay, then yeah, you should probably know. Does Sneed really have a daughter? Because I've heard him say in some of his streams recently that he has no kids, but he wants to have kids with Christina. But Sticky said he has a daughter. I mean, it's pretty fucked up if he has a daughter and he just pretends she doesn't exist.
Yes, he does.
What? That's messed up. Bro, I want to have a daughter one day. I want to have a son and a daughter. I want to have 2 or 3 kids. I'd like to have 2 daughters and 1 son. Or 2 sons and 1 daughter. You know? Yeah, that's why I save up all my money. It's funny, Sneed spend all his money on himself gambling. Pretending he's some big shot when he's not. And he has a daughter. Yeah, I'd spend all my money on my kids, honestly. That's why I save up money. One day, if I do have kids, no guarantees I will have a kid.
I'll try and find the video and send it to you. Are you on the Discord?
Yeah, I'm on the Discord. I got that anime profile picture. It's from my favorite anime. Yeah, I watch anime. Negasonic made fun of me one time because I like anime, but yeah, I've been watching anime since I was like 13 years old, so it's kind of nostalgic for me too. I don't really watch anime anymore besides the stuff I have nostalgia for.
The mother looks like a meth head.
Oh, really? I mean, Sneed looks like a meth head, too. Hopefully the daughter's okay, then. It's not very good. I feel bad, man. There's so many people who have kids that shouldn't have kids, and then so
True
many people...
face with tears of joy, face with tears of joy.
There's so many people who should have kids that don't have kids. Like, I remember years ago, this is in 2022, when I worked at Boston Pizza. Fucking, I was on the C train one time here in Calgary. And I remember there's this homeless couple. And the homeless girl opened up the door, like, to the C train, and I think it was her boyfriend or someone. And she's like, I'm pregnant. And he's like, oh my God.
The daughter is cute. But she does look like Sneed.
Then the homeless dude was like, oh my god, I'm gonna be a dad? So yeah, it's like, those people should not have kids. They're homeless. That's gonna go into the foster care, you know? Sneed's daughter looks like Sneed, so she's got like a long nose. Yeah, Sneed's got a really fucking long nose. Yeah, my ex-girlfriend had a really long nose too. Alright, let's go up here. I don't know if I'm high enough level. Crap. Hotel crap. So we gotta pretend we're a puppet. I don't know if I want to go in there yet.
You
I might
know
not.
how his aunt and him look alike?
No, I don't know that. I don't really know Sneed's family. I've seen his father, like one photo of his father. I don't even know what his mother looks like. Y'all just mad, jealous, and envious of my success. It's funny how he talks about his success, then in the same breath he'll talk about how he needs donations because he's broke. I can't afford food, dog. I just want a hot dog. Alright, I should continue. I healed
Look
up.
up Klh88Oesg1156eU you'll see beaming face with smiling eyes.
Harley Farina? Google? Alright. Harley Yoring. Stevensville?
Yes, she used to run IBM.
Yeah, he's had a lot of successful family members, eh? Wait. Oh, I guess I can kind of see Sneed. Not a whole lot, though. He doesn't get any money from his aunt, though, eh? Yeah, wasn't one of his family members part of the Supreme Court or something, too? It's crazy, because you can tell Sneed just doesn't have the mentality to be successful. So it's crazy how he has so many successful family members. Because, you know, when he talks about starting a bike business or starting a mechanic shop or, I don't know, he's talked about 20 to 30 businesses. And he just doesn't have the know-how or ability to be able to start the business. You know, he got handed $500,000 or whatever with all his mineral rights and equity, or not equity, his estate. You know, he got handed that estate, the mineral rights, like with all that stuff, he was handed pretty much $500,000. And if he was really a businessman with $500,000.
She gives the red triangle money beaming face with smiling eyes.
Oh, that's good. He must be real jealous and envious of that. But yeah, Sneed was really actually a businessman, and he also says he's the best investor ever or whatever. He's terrible at investing. I mean, good investors don't gamble. Good investors are very calculated. But then also Sneed says he didn't gamble his money away. It was stolen from him. But when you go into a Vegas casino and you play the slot machines or you play blackjack, you're not having your money stolen, you're giving your money away. So yeah, you did give all your money away. And if you were a genius investor or a genius businessman, you would have turned that $500,000 into $50 million. And you would already be a deca-millionaire. Like, he got handed that money years ago. He should already be a deca-millionaire. Do you know how much money I'd have if I was handed $500,000? Like in Bitcoin, I turned $2,000 into over $50,000 in Bitcoin. Like, that's a smart investment, right? So if I could turn $2,000 to $50,000, imagine how much me personally, how much I could turn $500,000 into. And sure, you could say I got lucky with Bitcoin. I don't own any Bitcoin anymore.
Too.
Yeah. He had a bunch of land. Yeah. Like, and I don't claim to be a genius investor like Sneed, but I am pretty decent at investing. I understand to dollar cost average. I understand to HODL. And that's how I turned like $2,000 into $50,000. And I'm not in Bitcoin anymore, but I also made a bunch of money in weed stocks years ago.
You young people are smart with investing.
Yeah, I've been into investing since I was like 15 years old, so I've learned a lot. And I can just tell Sneed does not have the mentality to be successful in investing or business. Because he has that very, like, on and off switch mind, flaky mentality when it comes to businesses. He'll talk about one business and then he'll never bring it up again. It's like, you can't have a successful business just by bringing it up one time and then never talking about it again. You have to be very committed to one singular business for 5 years, especially if you're broke. If you're starting out broke, you have to be really committed to one business. You have to take out loans. Sneed doesn't have the credit to take out loans, nor the income. You would never get approved for a loan.
Just keep stocking up your money. You'll have an amazing future.
Thanks, Wiccan. I appreciate it. I hope so. Yeah, all I want is a decent family home with 2 or 3 kids. That's pretty much my dream life. I'd like to go to Disneyland every year if we have the money, too. I'd like to take my kids to Disneyland. That's one thing I'd like to do.
Welcome to the Sanctuary of the Grand Covenant. Prove your identity. Who are you?
So that one voice said we have to lie. Puppet, right? Or puppet?
Puppets are a constant source of trouble. The hotel forbids all outside puppets. Please leave the premises.
Wait, I thought they wanted us to be a puppet.
Welcome to the Sanctuary of the Grand Covenant. Prove your identity.
And we gotta say we're a human?
Who are you?
Human.
Grand Covenant's fourth law. A puppet cannot lie. Welcome to Hotel Krot.
Your springs are reacting. So we are a puppet, but we said we're a human. Alright.
You will. Don't worry. You'll have many me's and they will drive you crazy, beaming face with smiling eyes.
Yeah, you think so? Do they drive you crazy? What, you've had kids? Lies of P. Oh, that was just like the intro. That boss fight, damn. That was only the intro. I can't imagine how hard this game will be.
Four. 2 girls, 2 boys.
Oh, nice. That's a really good ratio. That's a really good ratio. Yeah, if I don't have kids by the time I'm 32 or 33, I'm probably just gonna move to Thailand. It's really like I've gone on Thailand dating apps, and bro, let me tell you, the Taiwanese women really drool over white men. It may be because they think you're rich, maybe they're gold diggers or whatever. But I'm telling you, man, being
The girls are evil, beaming face with smiling eyes.
Taiwanese girls or just girls in general. I think girls in Canada definitely are. I've had so many bad interactions with women in Canada. Don't mean to sound like an incel. I'm not an incel. I could get, pussy if I wanted
My daughters.
to. But... Oh, your daughters? Really? Yeah, well, I know from my personal experience with women in Canada, yeah, girls can be evil. I'm not just talking about my ex. Bro, girls will truly just try to play with your heart for fun and for drama. It's really messed up. I don't know why. I don't know what's so entertaining about, manipulating people. I don't know how that's so entertaining. I'll never understand that. But yeah, no, being being like a fucking white man on a Taiwanese dating app is like being like a white girl in India. I'm telling you. Like you got so many fucking women
I am
messaging.
old enough to be your mom. So I know how the girls are now.
Yeah. Well, it's good you're aware. Most girls just call that sexist. You can't say anything negative about women in general. Women are perfect and men are the evil ones, right? That's how most women's mentality are. But humans
happy
in
to
general
see you.
are flawed. Men have
I
their
am
strengths and
Sophia.
weaknesses, and so do women.
I've been waiting for you. Searched all over the city of Krot to find you. You must have questions. Geppetto will have answers.
You'd love my younger daughter though.
Find him first.
I taught her well.
He was last seen on Elysian Boulevard. All of Krot is dangerous for humans, and that neighborhood is one of the scariest. Please find Geppetto on Elysian Boulevard. I'll explain more once you find him.
Your youngest daughter? Wait, how young is your youngest daughter? I'm not into minors. Or I guess you said you're old enough to be my mom, so I guess she could be older.
Look at Gemini. I think he's... That's proof you're broken. The real Gemini isn't so calm. I'm no inventor, but perhaps...
She's 23.
Oh, okay.
Perhaps he'll fix himself in time. Wait, take this pocket watch. Krot is a labyrinth. Be careful.
Yeah, I guess you probably are old enough to be my mom, because I'm my mom's oldest. My mom had 4 kids other than me. Like I have 4 siblings on my mom's side, and then 3 on my dad's side. So I have a lot of like brothers and sisters. They're all half. I don't have a single like full brother. They're all half brothers and sisters. But yeah, I'm the oldest on my mom and my dad's side. But your youngest is 23. I hope one day when I have kids, I can raise my daughters well. I really don't want my daughters to be like...
She's beautiful, dark curly hair, blue eyes, about 5'7".
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm 6'4", so I'm like almost a foot taller. Yeah, I definitely prefer shorter girls. Yeah, I hope I don't raise my daughters to be, you know, how a lot of girls are today. Would you agree? I heard it's easier to raise sons than daughters, and I don't have a son or a daughter, but I'd assume that's correct, especially in this day and age. I heard it's a lot easier to raise a son than a daughter. But I don't know. I can't speak from experience.
You're here to see Master Geppetto, right? Come this way. I heard about...
She's living with her dad in North Bay. Sons are so much easier.
You should take this.
Yeah, that's what I
Geppetto
thought.
left it with me.
Legion arm. You got like a hook. Look at all these cats. Yeah, I haven't been to Ontario. I don't think I've ever been to Toronto, but yeah, I've been to Windsor a few times. But I think the last time I was in Windsor, I was like 8 or 9 years old. It was a long time ago. I really don't like your guys' premiere. Doug Ford kind of annoys me. He would annoy me less but he kind of pretends he's a conservative, but Doug Ford is definitely a liberal.
I have always taught my girls to respect their father. His hard work and how he provided for us.
Yeah, that's really good, especially for girls to have a masculine figure. I know a lot of guys, especially like that Andrew Tate guy. I don't like Andrew Tate, but that Andrew Tate guy and a lot of those influencers online say men need masculine figures. I think that's definitely true, but I think it's really important for women, like daughters, to also have a masculine father figure in their life, you know? I'm kind of just looking around right now in this place. Not really doing it. This is cool. Use Legion arm? Oh, on this thing? Whoa! Hey, what does it do? Yeah, I don't really like any of the premiers in Canada, honestly. I don't like Daniel Smith of Alberta either. She's definitely conservative, but I don't like her. It's weird. I think Canadian politics might
I
be...
have sons, so I understand how the women are so disrespectful towards guys now. I did not want my daughters to be like that. My daughter's age.
Yeah, and you also got to be careful too, because it's not like every man out there is perfect either, right? Or every guy. There's a lot of bad guys out there too who create single mothers. That's the worst thing. You know, when guys will like knock girls up and then just leave them, that's pretty bad too. Or just like, especially when they don't even pay child support. So there's a lot of bad guys out there too that you gotta teach your daughters to watch out for. But I find most of the problems these days, you know, I hate to say it, are obviously with women. I'd say like 60 to 70%. Yeah, you definitely gotta teach your sons to watch out for that too. So you gotta think, I wasn't even married to my ex-girlfriend and she ruined my life for quite a long time. Like, since I'm young, I can definitely recover my life still. But you gotta think, from 19, I'm turning 24, I'm still gonna be on bail or like house arrest and probation for almost 3 years, a little under 3 years. So it's like, she ruined like a decade of my life. And luckily, since I was so young when she ruined my life, that I can still recover. But imagine like you're a 35-year-old man, like imagine your sons are 35 and they married the wrong woman and she divorces them and like makes them look bad and gets full custody of the kids, takes child support, spends it on high heel shoes and stuff. Like, that's terrible. As a father, seeing that, like, trying to be a good father, pay the child support, your ex-wife is terrible, and like trying to pay the child support, and then she's like spending it on high heels and dresses. It's like, that money's for the kids. What are you doing? You know, the wrong woman can truly ruin your life. But I feel like the problem with most bad men is they're abusive, right? A bad man can really mess up your mentality, but I think women can always recover if they get away from that in Canada. You know, there's a bunch of protective services for women. But when you're a man and you date a bad woman, she can truly ruin your life.
I was with their father for 23 years. I've been single ever since. Trust me, you are young. Your ex was a learning experience. No, you know.
Yeah, thanks. It's just... Yeah, I don't know. Even though I'm young, it feels like it's been a long time, you know? Feels like a long time I've been going through this stuff. I don't even want to move to Thailand and, you know, have kids with an Asian woman or whatever. I'd like to just stay in Canada and stuff, but I think this society's really messed up. I think our society's really broken. That's just my opinion. I know some people disagree. Some people think Canada's the best country on earth. I just feel like our society's very broken. Our society's very based around individualism instead of the family unit. You know? That's how I feel, at least.
I get it. It feels like your heartbreak never ends. You will move on and find better.
Yeah, thank you. It's not really just the heartbreak thing. It's like, just everything that's been going on with the police for years now. It's hard to get past this. But it's like, why am I still going through this with the police? They show up at my door like once a month at random times, like 10, 11, 12 p.m. They just show up randomly at my door. They like harass me. I have to meet with my probation officer 2 times a month. And it's like, why? I sent those Instagram messages in 2022. Why am I still going through all this? And you're telling me I got to go through all this till 2028? Like, why? Those Instagram messages. I'm sure I harassed her. I know it's bad. I got to take accountability for that, right? But punishment, justice is supposed to, like, the punishment is supposed to meet the crime. And I paid my dues long ago.
The Black Rabbit Brotherhood. I hate these guys. But don't be alarmed. My name is Gemini. We'll talk later, when we're safe.
Yeah, I paid my dues long ago for the things I did.
You should move from that area. When all your cases are closed.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna, like I said, I think I want to move to Thailand one day. I just don't really have any faith in the woman here. And I know you raised your daughters well, but, like, good women are very few and far in between. And it's not just because, you know, most women weren't raised correctly, but also because the good women are taken. You know, good women are in relationships for 10, 20 years, like you. You know, you said you were married for 23 years. So to find a good woman who's single is incredibly rare. Like a needle in a haystack, you know? So I just don't really have faith I'll find one here. Because in Thailand, they are based more around the family unit. Women are a lot more traditional in Thailand and open to, you know, being in their feminine nature as long as the man is masculine. Whereas women here aren't really into that. They want men to be masculine, but women here don't want to be feminine. That's what I find. Because they think men having standards is sexist, but women having standards is fine. It just doesn't make any sense. If you want me to be masculine and buy the house, take care of the finances, and, you know, all the things a man's supposed to do, protect the family, and you gotta be the woman, right? And
One of our friends that trolls need moved to Thailand.
Nice, yeah. Yeah, Thailand seems pretty... I have a lot of faith and hope with Thailand. When I say feminine, I don't mean, like, be a slave, or, like, you know how Sneed sees femininity. You know, Sneed thinks being feminine means being his mom, like, doing everything for him. I don't mean being feminine like that. Like, even when it comes to, like, doing the dishes or, you know, making food, I don't expect the woman to do all that. Like, I'll do the dishes, I'll clean the house and stuff. I don't think that's just a feminine role.
He's very happy with a girlfriend.
Nice, yeah. See, that's what I've talked to women from Thailand, a lot of women, and they all seem very, and they're self-aware too. Like, the women from Thailand realize why men come to Thailand for women, right? Like, the women I've talked to are very self-aware. They're not just like some dumb bimbos, right? They're very smart. Especially, like, they know 2 languages. You got to be pretty smart to know 2 languages.
There is nothing wrong with traditional roles.
Yeah, Yeah, I agree. Our society looks down on it these days, though. Which is weird, because the immigrants that our society allows in, our, like, Canada brings in so many immigrants. I hate to get political, but, like, they bring in so many immigrants, and a lot of those immigrant relationships are extremely traditional, and they say it's just part of their culture, you gotta respect it, right? It's like, well, you liberals, you hate traditional gender roles, but then all the immigrants that you love so much have traditional gender roles. Why can't we have traditional gender roles? Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, Canadian politics is pretty fucked up. I'd say it's more fucked up than American politics. Like Pierre Poilievre, I liked him better than Carney, but even him I didn't really like. I don't really like Canadian politics at all. There's no good politicians here.
Elysian Boulevard was a regular rich people row. You wanted fancy boutiques and shops. No place better. But that was long ago, before the puppet frenzy.
It works. Traditional families work. Look at our society back in the 50s and look at us now.
Yeah, that's what I say. Our society was built on traditional family values. Like they say in Family Guy, traditional family values. But our society's collapsing under the new modern, I don't even want to call it liberal. I don't even know like what to call it. You know? It is kind of a liberal ideology, but even the conservatives are fucked up these days. So yeah, I don't even know what to call it. But you know, this new modern perspective we have on life is what's collapsing our society. You know, this only formed in the past 20 to 30 years. And when has everything gotten fucked up? Over the past 20 to 30 years, right?
You should just travel out to Thailand and check things out.
I really, really want to. Like, I met a girl who I really liked on the Taiwanese dating app I talked about. There's this one girl, I talked to a few girls, but there's this one girl I really liked. And I wanted to fly out there, but like I'm on the CSO, and then I'm on probation for 2 years, right? So I can't fly out until the middle of 2028. Like, I don't get off this until June 2028. Like, off probation. Like, I get off my CSO in like 6-7 months, but then I have probation for 2 years, so I'm stuck in Canada for quite a long time. Like, that's another thing that really upsets me. There's a lot of things that really upset me about this. And I know life isn't fair, but it's really fucked up how I've been treated. There's a reason why I changed my name. I changed my name tonight on YouTube to Disenfranchised Canadian. Because I do feel very disenfranchised with Canada. Like, it feels like a dystopia. Like, it really feels like a dystopia from some type of movie for me.
Well, when you do, I will be so happy and excited for you.
Yeah, thanks, Wick. And I'll probably do, like, vlogs and stuff. It's years down the line, but when I do that, I'll probably do vlogs and stuff. It's like, what I was thinking, I actually have a plan for when I move to Thailand, right? I actually have a plan. If I move to Thailand, it's not 100%, but it's definitely something I'm highly considering in a few years. But my plan is to buy like a decent-sized house, because you know,
I'll be watching.
In Thailand, the houses are like 100 to 200,000 Canadian dollars, way cheaper than Canada. You can get a really nice house for like 150,000 Canadian, and then with my leftover money, because I'll have more than 150,000 Canadian in a few years. With my leftover money, I want to buy some extra land. And I think I want to start some type of like fruit business. Like buy a house and then a decent plot of land. And then I want to grow a bunch of fruit on the land. You know, and I think I want to start like a fruit business or something and just sell fruit. It'll be complicated. Like, I know it's not going to be very simple. But I think that's what I want to do. 'Cause I like growing plants and, you know, food. So the only problem is I'll also need enough money to get myself off the ground for a few years, because obviously once I plant all the fruit, it'll take a few years for them to start fruiting. So I'll need enough money to just, you know, stay above. So like I'll need to go to Thailand with like $300,000-$400,000, which I think is doable within a couple of years with how much money I have now. So I definitely have this kind of planned out. I just need to get the money to get off probation. Now, you said you live in Toronto. That's incredible. Like, what's the average house price in Toronto? 600,000, 700,000, probably more. Here in Calgary, it's cheaper, but even in Calgary, the average house price is like 800,000. So the average house price in Toronto is probably like $1 million now, hey? I'd assume. Either way, it's expensive.
Yes, it's 700 to 1 million.
Yeah, like that's crazy. You know what you could do in Thailand for 1 million Canadian dollars? Like 1 million Canadian dollars in Thailand is like 3 or 4 million here. You can do a lot. Like think of what you could do with like $4 million in Canada. That's what you could do with 1 million in Thailand. It's crazy.
I'm Jiminy, your friendly puppet guide. Or friendly guide puppet? I don't know, one of those. I'm also a friend of Sophia's. Last time I woke up...
When my mother bought her house in the 80s, it was 150,000.
Sorry.
That's same with my grandpa. My grandpa lives in Medicine Hat, but my grandpa, I think he bought his house in the late 80s, early 90s, in Medicine Hat, Alberta. And obviously house prices in Medicine Hat haven't gone up as much as like Toronto, but even in Medicine Hat they've like tripled or something. Like I think in the early 90s he bought his house for 80,000 to 100,000 or something like that, my grandma was saying, but now his house is worth like 400,000 or 500,000. Yeah, and he did no renovations on it. I think he like the carpet in the living room. He redid the carpet in the living room like 15 years ago. That's the only renovation he did, was like renovating the carpet 15 years ago. And it went up like 4 times in price. And that's in Medicine Hat. Medicine Hat is not a big city. It's only like 100,000 people in Medicine Hat. Or like 150,000, something like that. It's not a big city at all. Big city at all.
I think it's more about the land.
Yeah, the land and the location, for sure. For sure. But you see, back in those days, I think it used to be more about the house, right? Well, it's not just about the land either, Wicked. I don't know if you heard this, but half the cost of building a house nowadays is through regulations. You know, just getting the approval from the government to build the house costs as much as building the house, right? So that's another reason our society is so fucked up. It's because back in the 80s and 90s, there wasn't all these regulations we have today. So they could build a house fairly cheap. Whereas now we got all these regulations.
That's true.
Yeah, it's not just the immigration. Like, immigration contributes for sure to house prices, but it's also the regulations. I'm not saying all regulations are bad either. For example, back when I used to work at Boston Pizza, I had this guy who came and worked in the kitchen with me. He used to work in the kitchen in like the 80s and 90s, but he stopped working for like 10, 15 years for some reason, or like 20 years or something. And he came back in the kitchen, and I had to train him. And like I was like fucking 20 years old at the time, and I had to train him. And he's like, "What? I have to wash my hands? We never used to have to do that. What? You have to change the oil on the grease? We never used to have to do that." He used to tell me about all the things they used to have to do in like the 90s and stuff. And there's like no regulations or health inspectors, so they could just like fucking not wash their hands, not change the oil, and you know, the restaurant would be fine. Whereas now there's a bunch of regulations. So regulations can definitely be good, but when it comes to housing, the houses in the fucking 70s and 80s I feel like are better than the houses that are built today. Because I don't know if you've been in any modern houses, Wiccan, you probably have, but a lot of them feel like businesses. They feel very corporate. They don't feel homey. The houses from the 70s, 80s, and 90s, they feel very homey and like cozy. But the houses they build today feel very corporate and just soulless. I don't like the houses that are built today. So I don't think regulations really helped with housing all that much.
That's because you are responsible and a hard worker that has respect for the job.
Yeah, that's true. I did really like that job. Boston Pizza was pretty fun. Oh, I got this stream to an hour and 1 minute. I guess I should end it now. Alright, well. Alright. Thanks for stopping by, Wiccan. I appreciate you. It was nice talking to you. We've never really talked one-on-one. I've seen you around a lot in Sticky streams and Rich Baritone, but yeah, it was nice talking to you. Try to add you on Discord. I don't know what your Discord is, but anyways, yeah. Thanks. Yeah, thanks for stopping by.